Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, 7:08. Monday, June 13th, 60 degrees, getting up to 77 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio. Streaming live on the Radio Pup app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160 to join the conversation. And on the line with us right now, we have Jaime McLachlan. She is the project director for the Jersey Shore Animal Shelter. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fantastic. I don't know if you know what a huge fan of animals I am, but this is a big deal for me.
This is very good. We like it.
Well, okay. So you're not getting the sarcasm on that one. I get beat up regularly on the show because I'm not a pet owner, right? But I do understand the importance, and I do think that you guys do great work. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what the Jersey Shore Animal Shelter is all about?
Well, we are a private nonprofit, so we used to do animal control, but as of January 2015, we kind of stopped doing that, and we are looking to now become a low-cost spay and neuter clinic. So, and we've been here for about 32 years, give or take, and we're just adopting out dogs and cats right now, but it's good things. Good things are happening, so we're excited.
Okay, and how did you become involved in the shelter?
Well, about 10 or 11 years ago, I started out as a kennel attendant cleaning the cages and, for the college degree that I was trying to get. And so I was starting to do that, and then I left for a little bit, and I was invited back to be the volunteer manager. And then I left again to come back as the director. So I've been in this position for about a year and a half now.
Okay. And is this kind of what you thought? Like when you were in school, you're like, one day I want to work for an animal shelter. I want to be a nonprofit. That's what I want to do.
Not when I was in school necessarily. I knew I definitely wanted to work with animals. I had a love for them basically since as long as I can remember. But, having to get a job within my field going to college, I was able to stumble across the Jersey Shore Animal Center, and luckily they hired me with no experience. So that was my first step into the door, and I loved it ever since.
Okay. And so you guys also work, and I've been trolling around your website a little bit. You guys also work as is it kind of like a one-stop shop for a resource for folks that need help with their with lost or stray animals, or what's the whole gamut of what you do?
Sure. We used to be able to be the one-stop shop for that, but as I said, we don't do animal control anymore. So since we don't do that, we have to unfortunately refer anybody who's looking for a lost pet to the Ocean County Animal Facility out in Jackson. So right now we are strictly just taking in animals via surrenders, or we are trying to help overcrowded shelters, whether that be in New Jersey or outside of New Jersey, for basically because we need animals too, and they need help getting rid of some of them because they're just so overcrowded that a lot of these places are high kill shelters. So we try to help them by, taking some animals off their hands when we can.
Now you hear a lot about why you should never buy an animal from a pet store or something like that, right? What's the rationale behind that? What's the reasoning for that?
The number one reasoning is so we can hopefully put a stop to the puppy stores, which then leads back to the puppy mills. That's really the main reason. We want to try and eliminate all of that because they're unhealthy. Unfortunately, the dogs are bred. They've never seen the light of day. They're never out of their cages. The females are bred literally 3 or 4 times a year if possible, and bred at least for 6 or 7 years, and then they just get dumped. So these people don't care about the actual pet itself. They just care about the money. And then so the next the next reason mainly is because you're going to generally get an unhealthy puppy at these puppy stores. So a lot of them are going to be inbred. A lot of them are going to have a lot of health issues, and then they find people to sign off on paperwork saying that they're healthy, which they're not. So you're spending a lot of money for a potentially really sick dog. So.
Right. Okay. Good stuff. Tell me what does it mean when you say what does advocating for responsible spay and neutering practices mean? I mean, what is that? What does that entail? Why is it important? Talk to me.
It's really important. One, for population control, because I have always said, maybe not now, maybe not 200 years from now, but I think at some point, if everyone were to be responsible and spay and neuter their pet, there may not be a reason for a shelter for all these unwanted animals and unwanted litters. It's a possibility. I don't think it's ever going to happen. And then the other importance is just for the health of the animal. A lot of the times it will alleviate the chance of getting cancer because, females and males can both get cancer in their reproductive parts. So they can live a longer, healthier life. And a lot of times it just, without the hormones, they just tend to be a calmer, nicer dog and or cat. So we always recommend spay and neutering, for those reasons specifically.
Right. When you talk about pet therapy, do you guys work with caregivers and their pets, or how do you work with nursing homes? How do you help get pets involved with the elderly?
Sure. Right now we use the animals that we have available at the shelter that are available for adoption. So if they are a really calm dog or cat, we will put them through the training, and they will then be able to go to the nursing homes. We usually have a volunteer that will take them.
Okay.
So they'll go around, and visit all the people in the nursing home in the rooms, and everyone seems to really love it. So, it's something that we love doing as well, and I know our animals that go love to do it. So, right now, unfortunately, all of our animals that we have that we're doing it are retired. So we're looking to find a couple more to go, but it's a long road. But hopefully we can find some and get back into it.
And how many pets how many animals do you currently have at the shelter?
I would say right now we have about 17 dogs and about 40 to 45 cats.
Wow.
Which for us is actually a really low number because, again, without animal control, I would say around this time, 2 years ago, we would have probably seen up to 40 dogs and probably up to 100, 150 cats.
Right.
So we're actually on a really, really low number right now without the animal control. So
got it.
Keep
All right.
it steady.
Very cool. Jamie, we have to come up against a break, but when we come back, we'd love to be able to give you the Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin magic wand so that you can make an impact, make a difference on the world, and see what you're going to do with it. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right, cool. Jamie McLachlan, Project Director, Jersey Shore Animal Shelter, back after this.
Stay tuned for Preferred Company with Joel Markell and Marianne Levy at 8. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin continues next. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Now, back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We are here on the line with Jamie McLachlan. She is the project director for the Jersey Shore Animal Shelter. Right, so we're giving you the magic wand, the pixie dust, the fairy dust, the ability to make an impact. What are you doing with it?
Well, if I had that chance, I would definitely try to change people's perception on shelters, and especially animal control officers. And obviously, as mentioned before, the spaying and neutering of their pets. We have staff and volunteers alike that are definitely not here for the money. We are here for the love of the animals, and all we want is to get them into homes. And we have people, that come in and they yell at us saying that we much rather kill these animals versus giving them to an unfit family or, a family that we don't necessarily believe is the best match. So we just don't understand how bad-mouthing shelters because they don't get what they want is really helping the rest of the animals that are in the facility. You have all these other animals, not just the one that they were looking at. And by bad mouthing us, quote unquote, it's just not helping. So we just want people to understand that we are here for the animals. We are not here trying to euthanize them every day. We are trying to find them good homes, and we just want the public to really know that we are here, and we just need them to know that we're just trying to find them the best home.
Right. Jaime, I am on your website, and I love your happy endings page.
Thank you.
It's I'm just listen. I may need your help, okay? And
Sure.
I'm just you and me talking for a second, okay? I shut off all the microphones. Nobody else is hearing this. So
Okay.
my kids have been starting to kind of work on my wife because we really want to get a dog, right?
Okay.
But she's not having any of it. Do you have any tips? I mean, like how do you turn someone whose heart is cold towards animals? How do you do it?
You just got to put a dog or a cat in front of them. That's really the only way you're going to do it. You got to find that one that is really going to pull up the heartstrings. Sometimes it could be a sad story. Sometimes it can, a particular animal just looks sad, or they just look, quote unquote ugly,
Right.
but lovable. So you just gotta find those heartstrings and what she would, maybe feel sorry for, and take it from there.
Right.
Because if you find a great dog or cat and you put it into even the most anti-animal arms, you're sure enough, or at least going to fall in love with it to the extent to say, okay, they're not so bad. Maybe you may never change their mind. But
you know what? I think you stumbled onto something, because that's how I got her to marry me in the first place. So I think that's actually probably really sage advice. If people want to learn more about the Jersey Shore Animal Shelter, where would they go to do that?
They can certainly come to the shelter in general, and we're at 185 Brick Boulevard in Brick, New Jersey. Or they certainly can go to our website at www.jerseyshoreanimalcenter.org. We are also on Facebook, so they can search us that way. And all the animals that we do have available for adoption are listed on our website, so you can see their pictures and their descriptions, and basically everything you need to know.
That is awesome. So great job. Jaime McLachlan, Project Director, Jersey Shore Animal Shelter. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning, and I'll let you know how it goes with my wife, okay?
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Back with more headlines, etc. after Hometown View and the news. Back after this.